Welcome to the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. Whether inside or outside the loop, we are talking everything soccer in Houston. Y'all ready? Let's get it. Houston, welcome to another episode of the Bayou City Soccer Podcast. My name is Ruiz Segura, and yes, I did shave, and yes, I look funny, but you know what? We're here, and it's all about it. So, joined tonight by Cristian Putalías. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. I'm glad you brought it up because I was gonna bring it up.
Trust me, man.
But
I think I'm trying to remember when I shaved on Thursday, so it's been almost a week, and I got a little bit of shadow. What is it called? A 5 o'clock shadow kind of happening again.
yeah.
So a little slower than my wife tends to prefer. She definitely enjoys the beard more. Say I look funny when I shave. But we're also joined by Joey Chavala, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Not too bad, man.
That's really a whole week of it.
I know, dude. It's
That's
like
like
bad or
weak.
good.
That's a week for
30,
a whole week.
32
It really
years.
is. I agree.
Yeah.
32 years. I know, man. It's really weak for a whole week because usually it grows kind of faster, but I have definitely not been maintaining it like you say. Used to be like, oh, getting like oils and all this stuff for it and growing it kind of long. And lately, its maintenance has been kind of bad on it, man. But yeah, because it does help, man. It does help if you kind of maintain it, but
Yeah, it's expensive to maintain. The oils and stuff are expensive now.
they are.
Beard wash is like $15 for like a thing.
Like anything else, but Chris doesn't have to. Hey, at least you
Conversation
have
going
hair,
over my head.
Christian. At least you have hair, though. So over here, not much of it nowadays. I was thinking maybe I'll get some grays. I have some grays on my beard. There's just no hair up there anymore in my head. So, but we're here, man. Before we get started, Chris, man, tell the people how they can connect with us.
Yes, sir. If you guys want to go ahead and check us out, the website is BayouCitySoccer.net. That's where you can find everything and anything. Socials at Bayou City Soccer, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook as well. You can check us out over there, and you can just go to the regular pages of each individual guy, as you see it on the screens right there for us three. And then Dustin, you can hit him up on Twitter, and then we have Manny and all the other guys as well. So if you want to get at us, though, BayouCitySoccer.net. That's where you're going to see everything. And then shout out to Ugly Guppy, uglyguppy.com. If you need anything screen printed or just printed, period, give them a shout. They'll help you out over there.
Yeah, good work by Ugly Guppy, man. We need to get some more shirts. I keep delaying what a new design is going to look like. So either we can rep it or, the fans out there can buy some of the merch and help us out. Man, let's just, before we really kick into what would be mostly a Houston Dynamo talk, being that they were the only team that saw some action this weekend. We already got some comments, man, on here. Oh, Rushan, man. Yeah, good evening to you, Rushan. We'll talk a little bit about Franco giving those bear hugs. For sure. We'll get there. But anything that you guys did over the weekend, obviously it's been a whole week since we last talked, man. So anything else exciting happening in you guys' lives?
No,
Go ahead,
not really, man. Pretty boring.
I
go for a little hike. That was about it.
I said that, and I thought to myself, I don't really think, nothing crazy, man. Which is kind of good sometimes, right?
Yeah,
kind of what you expect. It was Rodrigo's birthday. I did get to see him, and I wished him a happy birthday on Sunday, even though his birthday was on Thursday. So we got to do that. But other than that, man, it was kind of try to relax, man. The work week kills us sometimes, man. But we'll see how that goes. Christian, want to get to you gave us a bold league update real fast, man. What is the final looking like, and what time? Where can people catch it? If people
yeah. So the date and time is still not set yet. We're still kind of accommodating both teams. Both teams. So Matias Almeida FC, MAFC beat Gosan Saints in the penalty kicks, which it was a really, really good game, 3-3 towards the end of time, and then straight from the 12 spots. So MAFC also has a UPSL team that a lot of those guys play. So just to kind of give them a little break and also trying to accommodate them, uh, we're gonna switch up the date of that final. So not this weekend, but probably the next weekend. Most likely a Saturday game. And then on the other side, AC Juniors, they beat Green Flag. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like 7-2, which is kind of, scary in a way. But the first half ended 2-2. It was a really, really good game. It was very tight. And then just in the second half, Green Flag kind of, deflated a little bit. Their bench wasn't as deep as, even though there was only 6 substitutions in the game, the bench wasn't as deep as AC Juniors. And also, AC Juniors has a lot of players playing in college. So I don't know if their season is still going on, but I know some of their guys are playing in college. So I'm not sure if they also had some issues there trying to get their team together. But no, I mean, literally, in my personal opinion, the two best teams in the league. MAFC is very, very talented, and AC Juniors is also very, very talented, but it's also like the opposing ends. A lot of people are already making comparisons because MAFC has a coaching staff. It's a little bit like well put, like better put together in a way, just because they have a coach that kind of guides them and everything like that. And then on the other side, AC Juniors, they're just a bunch of bros that kind of get together and play, but they're all super talented. Like I said, a bunch of guys that are playing in University of St. Thomas, I think, and uh, yeah, like high school guys, or one of the guys I think plays in Seven Lakes, who just won state last year. They're in the state tournament this year here in Texas, and like really, really good players. So, we're just accommodating everybody and making sure we have a really good final with all the players there. So hopefully, like I said, not this weekend, but probably the next one. So hopefully you guys can tune in. Vote League on the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Vote League, or you just go to vote-league.com. That's the website there. You can find everything as well, or the Instagram page as well. That's that.
Thanks for the update right there, man. So yeah, I'm sure there's a couple local people catching it that watch Bayou City Soccer as well. But let's just get started with the Houston Dash. Obviously, Houston Dash were out on, I guess, a FIFA break, and they will be back this Friday at Shell Energy Stadium to take on the Washington Spirit. Massive win, or at least they're coming from a massive win against newbies in Bay FC. That 3-2 comeback. And this one should be an emotional match to an extent. Obviously, they're celebrating their 10th year anniversary in the club's history, which is pretty cool. It's kind of crazy that it's been 10 years. But hopefully, they're hoping to get a win. Joey, we'll start with you, man. Just your observations, maybe. I know it's been a while since we talked about them, but maybe just your expectations for this upcoming match against Washington.
I mean, it's a tough game. Washington are a good side. I don't know how have they been doing this so far this season. What? Oh, they won their last 2. So yeah, it's a tough game. They have a really good roster. They were good last year as well. I mean, it's always hard to be positive on the Dash because they don't have the history to make you want to be positive. But big game, home match, celebrating an anniversary. It's good. I think they could pull it out. I'm going to say they win this game.
So, Chris, you going to the game or what?
Yeah, I'm gonna be there. Shout out to the people that are hooking it up. They know who they are. But yeah, no, if everything goes well, we should be out there with the whole family. So taking the kids, the wife,
the whole school bus. Nice, I like it.
Everybody, we're loading everybody up on the bus, and we're driving straight down to I was gonna say BBVA to Shell Energy. Hopefully, we get like a good spot to park the bus, and we'll be great. And hopefully, the Dash don't have to park the bus. But if they do, I won't be mad with 3 points. You know what I mean? 3 points.
They can't park any bus. What bus? They don't have defenders.
I know that this has been said before or you, Joey, saying how whenever you go to Dynamo game, they tend to always lose or not win at least.
Yep.
I feel like every time I've gone to a Dash game, they never win. They always either draw. Like I remember going to my very first one was actually against the Washington Spirit in a game that they needed to win to make it into the playoffs. This was probably like 2019. And they drew 0-0 and they both got eliminated. So it's fantastic, right? And then went to the playoff game, the only playoff game in their club history. And obviously we know how that ended, pretty ugly. So and I think there's one or two in there that I've gone to. And again, I don't think it's been a positive result. But with that being said, I was planning to probably go on Friday. I'm not sure yet. If I go, I'll be covering the team. I'm not sure if Manny's going. I know he's tends to be the guy that covers the dash for us. But I'm still debating. I don't want to bring the atmosphere down, and I get blamed that they did not win. So that I'll let them do that on their own.
I'm just glad the game's on a Friday.
It is
I could
interesting
watch
as a
it.
Friday because you can watch it. Yeah, you can definitely watch it. Yeah. So again, some of those players did get. I can't remember the total number. Was it 7 or 9 of the players from the Dash that saw action with their national team? I think it was 7. I don't know why.
It's a ton. Honestly, Alozi, she just won with
It was
Nigeria.
Alozi, the two Maria and Ordonez. So that's 3.
The Mexicans.
I think Putnam was one of them.
Putnam scored
a
today,
goal.
didn't she?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's 4.
Olivieri
Olivieri played.
Nagasoda doesn't play Japan anymore, right? No.
Olivieri.
Ivana with Jamaica.
I think she was. And I'm trying to think, man. I'm kind of blanking. I should kind of
Rubinson.
Isn't there another European?
Yeah,
there is.
Rubinson.
The new transfer was it from Switzerland? Was it Romana Bagman?
Yeah.
She was also playing because
That's
I
good.
think Dustin ended up mentioning about her making somebody an international play or something.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to see, man. I cannot see.
That's a lot of internationals,
right? Is that what it is?
It is a lot of internationals.
Yeah, Ramona Bachman.
Yeah,
I
Ramona.
don't remember her name. I just know she's apparently not that good.
Yeah,
I don't know that much. I've never. I can't tell you I've ever watched the Switzerland national team or PSG women's team. So
I think that's of late. But yeah, so obviously quite a few of the ladies ended up getting some minutes with their national teams. So not a ton of. Even Jane Campbell was also called up. I don't think she got any playing time. Obviously, she's been struggling being the third keeper. So it may be a while. I mean, she's 29. She can still break in, but it may take.
She's young.
It may take a bit. Goalkeepers last forever. 37, 38, 39. 40 and both men and women, so it's a long what is it, it's a marathon, not a race type of race. So that's kind of longevity kind of gets you very far. But again, so they'll be playing at Shell Energy Stadium, if I can say that right, Shell Energy Stadium, against Washington Spirit on Friday. So keep an eye out. We may have tickets to give away for that game. So a pair of tickets to give away for that game. If it does happen, you'll probably see it Wednesday, if not Thursday. But just keep an eye out on that. And hopefully they get some points out of it. You said, Joe, they win. Is that what you said?
Yeah, they're gonna win.
All right, Christian, what are you thinking?
Yeah, we're going dub.
You're going dub. All right.
A win. Yeah.
I think it sounds right. I'll give them a W as a win. I won't be the harsh, pessimistic Dash fan here. So I'll leave that for someone else today. Yeah, I'll leave that for somebody else. The other team being Houston Dynamo 2, they were supposed to play after we recorded basically last week. And Minnesota 2 did have a U.S. Open Cup game that day that we were recording, I believe, on Tuesday. Obviously, they had to come and meet Houston in Houston on Thursday. I really thought because they lost, they were like, no, let's not show up, melodramatic aspect. But anyways, game gets postponed. Date obviously still TVA, but at this time, now all eyes for them turn to Sporting Kansas City, so they'll be visiting Kansas City on Sunday. Games at 5:00, and should be a good one. Should be an interesting one. Kansas City did beat Dynamo 2 during the home opener, if I'm not mistaken. Wasn't that the home opener, Kristen? Joey?
Which
Yes. Wasn't it on the road? Was it a home opener?
No,
it was home opener.
It was.
Yes, it was the home opener. You're right.
SKC.
Yeah, because that was Beto
Yeah.
Avila scoring on there.
Yes,
So.
yes.
that. Oh, yeah.
Christian,
right.
man, what are you thinking of that game, man?
I mean, honestly, at this point, it's just kind of like,
Can Kenny Bundy win? Can he win?
yeah, it's one of those things. Yeah, can they put a good 90 minutes together, like from beginning to end? Because right now it's a good game. Some of the games are good. Obviously, tactically, I think some of them I'm not saying they dominate, but like they have possession a lot of the time. But it just comes to the last like 15, 20 minutes and they just kind of crumble down. So it's just a matter of like going in and putting a good 90 minutes in, like from minute 1 to minute 90, and scoring obviously and not getting scored on silly mistakes or just whatever the word is, where you just kind of get confused for a second and that's when they get you. You know what I mean? Like it's just that.
Yeah.
So
No,
I think it's just a matter of time.
Question to you guys, because I'm not sure on this. Exxon, is he playing or
yes,
he is playing? So he only gets he can't play against Austin.
He can't play next game against Austin.
That's such a weird thing.
Silly, but
it's super silly. But I guess it keeps the players active.
I guess it keeps MLS Next Pro quirky, I guess. Ooh,
yes.
Speaking of MLS Next Pro, we should talk about did you guys see the rule changes that are going to be implemented?
Well, so I wanted to get to that. I don't know about the rule changes, but I did see the rumor about the teams possibly getting rebranded.
Yeah, that's what I was referring to.
Yeah. So that, if you guys are out here listening, like Rushan, and you get to name Houston, a new name for Houston Dynamo 2, what would it be? And that'd be a question, for anybody that's out there listening now, or if you get to listen to this on the podcast,
it's going to be
later
a different
on.
City too. They're not going to be in Houston.
Yeah.
They got to be 100 miles away. Is it what it is?
Within 100 miles, right?
Within 100 miles?
Is it within 100 miles or it has to be? I didn't read it all the way. I might have missed that.
Let me see. While we looked that up, Rushan said that Exxon was training with the first team, so that's interesting.
That's good. I like
it.
He's
not eligible for the first team yet.
No, he doesn't have a contract, but it makes sense, especially if there's.
But that's dope though, because he's the most talented kid out there. So
hey, by the way, before we get too ahead of us, well, actually, I'll come back to it.
It seems they were encouraged to be within 100 miles of their first team.
Okay. If it had to be 100 miles away, how would that even work for like a team like the Red Bulls? Were they gonna like? I don't know. They can't even be in like the same state. Yeah, they're gonna play in Connecticut or like Rhode Island or something.
Yeah, I
guess they could be like really upstate New York. Could probably be 100 miles.
So I think Dustin had mentioned about taking the team to Galveston.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be interesting. I do remember. I don't know if they're still there, but I know at one point there's a I guess maybe a PDL team down there called the Galveston Pirates. There's a lot of kids from colleges that would go over there and play. Do kind of remember that.
What's PDL?
PDL is a developmental league,
professional
developmental.
Yeah. So,
gotcha.
Used to. What other cities could they really do?
I mean, it has to be the outskirts, like Woodlands, Sugarland, kind of like the Astros. The Astros have their AAA in Sugarland.
Hey, Rushan said Galveston Seagulls. That's actually gonna. Actually, you would spell it goals. Seagulls. Yeah, Galveston Seagulls. Come on.
Or
we see
you're
goals for the other team in the 90th minute of this
question.
game, so.
like seagulls, as in I see like the birds, or not,
No,
or like not
he
the birds.
meant
Sorry,
like he meant
like
like
sea as in the
the
goal, like goals, or seagull as in like
no, you
the
have to
owner of
combine
the
it.
team.
Oh, that's good too.
Oh,
No, I meant like
or as in the striker, will probably be playing with that team shortly.
yeah, exactly. That is true. Poor Gabe.
Joey's just savaging everything today.
Hey,
Just
whenever
going
he
at
gets some
everybody's
playing
throat.
time. Hey,
Yeah.
Joey's being nice. He is asking for playing time here.
Yeah,
So
I just want to see him play, man.
That's funny.
yeah, I mean, Houston it's a pretty big city. I feel like it takes about an hour just to cross it. That's why every time Christian you say, "Oh, Austin is right here. It's like 2 hours away." I'm like, "When?"
Yeah,
It takes me like 4 hours to get there from where I live. So,
for real.
and we're still in
Yeah.
Houston area. So, yeah, it cracks me up. Or same thing whenever I lived in downtown and I would go somewhere, it was such an easy drive because yeah, it'd be like, oh, 2.5 hours to San Antonio or Austin, and it's like 3 hours to Dallas, and then now it takes me like 4 hours to four or 5 hours to Dallas, and then same
I
thing
think
for
I think
Austin. It's
I think for
ridiculous.
me, it's almost the same distance to go to San Antonio that it is to go to Galveston at this point.
I was gonna say, or go to my house.
It's
Yeah,
wild. Yeah,
yeah,
it's wild.
it's pretty crazy. I mean,
I'm,
Houston
I'm
is
just gonna
that
go. I'm
big.
just gonna watch San Antonio, bro.
Yeah,
At this point, just pick
that
up
should be
a
your
USL team.
USL team for sure.
Hell no.
Oh man,
That's a New
Just
Mexico rival,
be
man.
be going straight against Joey.
I mean, San Antonio has actually won titles. I don't think New Mexico has, right?
Ooh,
Not yet. They're
dang.
coming for it this year.
I knew it.
They're
There we
actually
go.
good this year. So, well, it's been good almost every year. They've only had one. I think they only missed the playoffs. What? 2022, 2021. 2021 was
One
the only year they
thing,
missed the playoffs.
talking about USL, and I was thinking about doing something too for maybe in next year for the championship, just to kind of get
That'd be
some
dope.
funds for us to put into Bayou City Soccer, and maybe even do a donation and stuff like that in the future. But it'd be cool to do like a pool, and then I talked about to you guys about maybe doing one for Copa America.
Yes.
There's 16 teams. Getting, and I'm. This is the question to the listeners as well. I know there's a lot of you guys, and we're super happy that the community for Bayou City Soccer continues to grow. So if you guys are interested in a Copa America pool, again, it'd be 16 openings, and not necessarily sure the amount, and it'd really be on you guys, being that it's only 16. I mean, but I was thinking between 20 to $50, and basically you just get a number and you get randomized into a team. So you could get lucky, get Brazil. You can get
Or
lucky
Bolivia.
or unlucky and get Bolivia. So, but
Dang, that's like,
but I mean, you never know, man. Bolivia can tear it up. You don't know, Christian. You don't know.
So the only team we know that's not winning it is Mexico.
Yeah, exactly.
oh,
Or you can get the U.S. or you can get Panama.
Joey's just throwing. Just
Hey,
hit
he's
everywhere.
right. I mean,
I'm absolutely right.
yeah, the non-South Americans. Someone has to
Oh
suffer.
god, that's funny.
Panama
It's
has
like-
probably a better chance than Mexico. I mean, Mexico is trash.
That's wild.
But if
Are
you
they
guys
that-
are interested, yeah. What did
Are
you
they
say?
that bad?
Mexico,
Oh,
yes.
Yes.
Is-
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah?
they're that bad.
by far, dude.
Man.
Yeah,
They're,
we need to
they're
do
really
another
bad.
crossing
That
soccer
sucks.
borders talk.
Yeah,
so
we need one of those.
we need this for real, especially with Copa America coming.
Yeah, we'll kick into gear
be
for
nice.
that.
But yeah, no. So yeah, if you guys are interested, let us know. If you hear this podcast and you're interested in doing a Copa America pool to help us get some funds for what we do here, keep us alive, keep us going, and for a chance to maybe get a little bit of money for yourself. Yeah, let's do it. Let us know if you're interested, and hopefully we can fill out. It's only 16 spot, guys. We're not asking for what is it, 100 squares, or was that they do it a lot for the Super Bowl? Is it 100 squares that they tend to do for stuff like that? Joe,
I
you know
don't
what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about, but I have no idea.
I think it's 100 because I know that it's like a lot. So anyways, it's only 16. So, if you guys are interested, then maybe my idea last year was actually to do something similar, but with the championship, the EPL or MPL championship, the English championship, to see, whoever it's a lot more teams
Oh, that's
there.
a gamble.
Yeah, exactly. That's literally anyone's game, unless you're Sunderland or something like that, right, Chris?
Sunderland aren't they're in the
Basically.
playoff push
they're
this year, aren't
there.
they?
No, they're there. They're fighting to get back
Yeah,
in.
I think they're fighting for the playoffs this year.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of one.
Oh no, they're not. They're 13th.
13. They were in the beginning.
Yeah, so
Now
they
they
were
suck.
for a while. Oh yeah, they've won one of their last 5. That'll
Yeah,
do
I
it.
was gonna say they were there for a while, the Black Cats. So again, that's one of those things that we can do, and we're trying to gather a few more sponsors to partner up with us as we get close to all these giant tournaments coming up, with the World Cup being the biggest one. So it should be fun, and I think those type of pools and events will be really, really cool, I think. And who doesn't want to put a little bit of money to win some good amount of money, right? So and again, those funds go a long way, guys. But let me see. Okay, so again, MLS Next
We
Pro.
can
Was
also
that
do
the
some
only thing?
viewing parties.
Yes. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
that's kind of where we're at with trying to
Copa
find a
America.
home for the summer for Copa America.
We're homeless right now, guys. If you're
Yeah, we
listening,
are.
we're homeless. We need a
We are
home.
homeless.
We want to do live shows with people. But all right.
Yeah. Was that it for that rumors for MLS Next Pro? Is that
Yeah, that was pretty much it. That was the gist of it.
That's about it.
Who said Steam FC? Was that you, Joey?
Steam FC.
I think it was Dustin.
Was it Dustin? I think
Yeah.
I think someone called this
because Steam powers the Dynamo, so it could be like a play on science.
There you go.
Because the players from
is that something Dallas does though?
Dallas has Steam.
Yeah, they have like that they have that stupid thing that they announced last year with the teaching or whatever. They called Steam FC. I swear it's a thing.
Probably. I know Steamboats.
Or is it STEM?
Oh,
sure
it
you're
might be
talking about
STEM.
STEM?
It might be
because it's like
STEM.
science, technology.
Yeah,
or something like that.
It's STEM
That's
FC.
like
That's what it is.
That's funny.
That's too funny, man.
Close enough.
All right.
It's
Well,
a thing.
we'll go ahead and close that chapter of what's it called, Dynamo 2. Again, they'll be playing on Sunday in Kansas City. Kenny Bundy still looking for the first win of the season. Hell, getting the first points of the season. And
Come on,
I don't think he's necessarily in the hot seat, knowing what the second team is, because they're playing well overall, like you mentioned, Chris. It's just, can they put it all together? Can they get a win? Can they do it? I think they can. So hopefully they can get it, man. They can get a win this weekend. But Houston Dynamo did not get a win. Their win streak ended, actually. They after going 3 games undefeated. They visited the Windy City, and Chicago Fire ends up getting the win 2-1. Joey, did you enjoy this game? Tell us a little bit about it, man.
Game?
Did you enjoy it? Was it a decent game for an away game?
From the neutral perspective, it was pretty good. It was a good, chippy, physical, open game at points. So I definitely did enjoy it. Did I enjoy the Dynamo's performance? Oh, I'm not gonna say I didn't enjoy it, because I don't think it was a bad performance, but it definitely wasn't an inspiring performance either. It's just kind of meh. So I think a tie probably would have been the fair score, but I mean, you're always going to give that edge to Chicago when it's like in that game like that, playing at home.
Yeah,
this stupid error by Escobar but overall,
let's talk about
team
that.
performance was fine.
Let's talk about that. Early what was the penalty? Like 8th minute or something like that? Am I 8th minute, right? The
Yeah,
foul.
it's pretty early.
It
Yeah.
was really early. We've talked about this. I think Franco Escobar has become a player in the Dynamo that you love him or hate him. You mostly love him. He plays really well, even though he puts a lot of intensity into the matches. But sometimes he loses his head a little bit. And I mean, we know that was clearly a foul. I mean, the guy bear hugged him to the extent that picture that we shared on social media for the eclipse was just perfect. I mean, the dude is just holding on to him for dear life. He has like his head tucked into his chest. It was quite hilarious to see. But unfortunate that uh, PK or it wasn't a foul. Like he wasn't sure. I don't know about what you guys think about that, Joey.
The thing about the foul,
Yeah, the foul
you
itself.
cut out. So
Sorry, but no,
Yeah,
he talks about he talked a little bit after on the press conference that he didn't necessarily think that was a foul to be given. That it's something that doesn't get called often in other games. Obviously, he did, and probably in everyone's eyes here in our group saw it as a penalty. I
yeah,
don't think
it's
it
a
was.
penalty.
Right.
I mean, I do agree with his point on that it does not get called consistently, which is the frustrating thing. But the thing is, in Escobar, he just has to not put the referee in a position to make a call. So it's stupid. It's silly for him to do that. I wish he would just listen to the referee when he gave the warning a minute beforehand and just left it alone. But you know how he is. Escobar loves to be physical. He loves to play those mind games, and sometimes it's to its detriment. So
Yeah, I think sometimes it gets really, really close to that edge, and he's been there quite a few times. Christian, even after obviously, well, the we finished with the penalty. Obviously, it is a penalty. Shaqiri steps up to the plate. 10th minute by then he scores. We've talked about this in the past. Steve Clare's a great goalie, but penalties is not his forte. He just took a
not at
guess
all.
and obviously gets the wrong way. Um, and that's what it is. But going still with Franco Escobar, even after the fact, the thing was still the first half. He could have gotten another yellow or red card in one of those plays. The ball was going towards the middle of the box. He kind of jumps. It looked like he was, had a little bit of aggression towards the guy defending him. He acts like he's grabbing his face, and they didn't go back and look at it. But I saw it earlier this morning again, just because I was curious on seeing some of the highlights again and to refresh my memory. And I was like, man, that could have been another yellow, another red card, man. I guess being Argentinian, we know how much you are passionate about the games yourself. So, what do you? Did you call this guy an idiot and your wife yelled at you again once more?
Yeah, it's I'm conflicted because on one side, like on one side I understand him and I'm like the ref was being a hoe type thing. Like, who calls those? Who calls those? Like
Right.
what kind of referee calls those, right? Like but then also like don't hug the guy so like it was so obvious that you were literally just kind of the dude was standing like this, like his arms were on his side. There was nothing he could have done. I mean, he was basically punching him in the face with his head, with his forehead. It was almost impossible for the referee not to call it. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It was hard not to say like Escobar, you're being a dumbass type thing. And yes, I don't know. Like sometimes it's such a love and hate relationship with Escobar. Like I cuss at him like 20 minutes, and then he goes into the opposing box and he almost like scores with a header. So you're like, how does this guy go from like defending like near the corner flag, and then he makes a run all the way to the second post from across from like Dorsey to almost like put it in? Like if you kind of, I mean, this is top of my head, but I think he probably had the most chances inside the box for the Dynamo. I mean, this is me making shit up, right? But I can
He
remember
had
at
a few
least
headers. Yeah, he had a few
yeah,
headers. Just
I
short.
can remember at least two clear like headers from Escobar inside the box, and there might have been like a third one. So the dude is dangerous on the attacking side of the ball, and then obviously he can be a little bit reckless defending, and not in the way that he is not good. It's just that he's very aggressive, and I feel like he doesn't control like his aggressiveness very well. And then something is called on him, and he just like lids up,
Yeah.
and you're like, bro, like you're gonna
It's
like.
like
I'm surprised he hasn't gotten more yellows.
dude, yes, definitely. He didn't get a yellow this game when there could have been a couple chances of him getting one or two. So
And let me tell you this: I'm glad this man doesn't speak English, because I read his lips every time like he talks to the ref, and he is cussing the crap out of the ref. Like he's calling him like names, and like he's going in to the referee. And like sometimes I look at the referee. Sometimes I have to look him up and be like, okay, is this referee like a Hispanic guy, white guy? I was like, oh, okay, he's a white guy. Okay, we're good, because he's not gonna understand, some of the curse words that are coming his way. But it's like, bro, like, why are you so aggressive? Like, who hurt you? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
relax.
yeah, he definitely
But
starts smelling blood, and then kind of like the shark in
yeah,
Finding Nemo, just his eyes go black, and
yeah,
that's it.
yeah. He's
Fish are friends, not
just
food, Franco. Fish are friends, not food.
for
Someone needs to just give him some kind of update on that. But no, it's definitely interesting. And Rushan mentioned earlier how Ramadan was over, so Aliyu and Blessing, they won't be fasting anymore. Who cares if he was fasting or not? Because Aliyu keeps scoring, man. That dude. We continue to talk about people to take shots outside of the box. He took one. He scored it. I mean, he's getting some confidence. I mean, we spoke about this in the last season and the beginning of this year, how Aliyu had all the tools in the toolbox to be a 10 plus goal scorer in MLS, and a lot of people gave up on him pretty early. Uh, he did frustrate a lot of us seeing him miss in front of goal in front of like 6 inches away from the net and could not finish. And right now he's doing everything similar to what he was doing last year, but he's actually getting some goals, Joey. I don't know. Do you have any stats that you can share with us, man, on what's different, at least from what you've seen from Aliyu this year?
I mean, yeah, what you said right there is he's just finishing consistently in the box, which is something he didn't do last year. So, I mean, he's been better in almost every category this season as well. His passing's improved a ton. You see his short passes used to be very wayward, but he's completing his passes now. He's scoring goals. His pressing and work rate is just as good as it was previously. He's still taking on defenders. He's still carrying the ball in transition. So he's turning into a pretty complete winger now.
Yeah, I think that's key word there, winger. I think he definitely excels more playing out on the outside than in as a central striker. And so we've seen him kind of blossom and finally getting some scoring opportunities, and good to see him get some goals, man. I think it's important. Obviously a lot of things changed. Mikel was out, and Sebas Ferreira was out again. Not sure exactly what was happening, but if I'm not mistaken, the commentator made it sound like they were out for the season. I don't think that's the case. Did you guys see anything else on that? I was trying to make sure. I mean, obviously, the injury list only mentioned or just said out or questionable. But whenever they mentioned it, they made it sound like they were out for the season, which I know that's not the case. But
Which player was this?
It was Mikael and
Sebas
Ferreira.
No. I don't know where they got that from.
Yeah, I think it was. I think the guy just misspoke whenever he mentioned their names and being out for that game, but he made it sound like they were out for quite a while. I mean, Ferreira, I could possibly see because it looked like he re-injured that leg, but I don't think.
No, Ferreira should be back next week. Ben said he was day to day.
Okay. And then Rushan said Mikel was training separately today. but yeah, I guess
Damn, Rushan doing work on the ground, bro.
there you
Yeah, he's
go.
out there scouting.
Over here
That's the
in the
fans we like.
practices and stuff. For real.
Yeah,
Send,
man.
send us information, Rushan. We'll post it up
And
on
then
Twitter.
we were talking about the referee obviously calling that a penalty. Aliu gets a goal. The goal by Chicago Fire couldn't be any more perfect. Obviously, a very good through ball, and the youngster Gutierrez ends up scoring that chip over
Oh, that
Steve
was a
Wagner.
fantastic
Not a
goal.
lot he could do there. I think everything defensively and goalkeeper, they did what needed to be done to challenge that.
I
And
don't think Dorsey's positioning was great. But
Dorsey was kind of bad for sure. I was trying to remember if it was a center back, but it was in fact
yeah,
Dorsey.
it was Dorsey. He
Dorsey
should have
chasing
stepped
him.
up with the offside trap, and he didn't.
And yeah, because it was really close. It was really close, and obviously he strikes that ball just perfectly. I mean, that thing, any other way probably could have bounced out or not gone in type of thing, but it was just perfectly strike to beat Steve Clark. When in all reality, and just looking at the stats, a 1-1 draw seemed what should have been fair. But that doesn't happen in soccer. You win with goals, and that's what ends up happening here, man. So Chicago, after dropping points and losing in Atlanta, they come back and get points at home. So important win for them, for sure.
Absolutely, it's a tough one because Chicago's had so many struggles early this season. I mean, you play them at home; they're going to win eventually. So, I mean, coming off the 3-0 loss to Atlanta, they had some extra fire on them. So I'm not too upset with this performance from the Dynamo. I think it's just kind of what happens. You play on the road, tough game. Not much to take from this game, I don't think.
No, I agree. And let me see, when it came to subs, who did Brad Smith come in for? Because I know he came in right before the goal. Was it Greg? Okay,
yeah.
So he came in for Greg Goose, got you. And then
Greg
obviously
did not have a good game.
No, he did not. And then Latif, Tate, and Siegel ended up coming after the second goal. Kind of late for me, but here goes about being stickler. The referee obviously calls out a penalty, something that happens all the time, never happens. Dude, give the corner kick. I don't care how much you. Hey, look at the time. It's time. It's right there. Give the corner kick. It was still within the minute of stoppage time, and
yeah,
I just feel like that was lame, dude. Yeah,
the ref has every right to blow the whistle there, but
Escobar was right then. Escobar was right there. The referee was being a hoe.
Yeah.
Like you call a bear hug and the in the sixth, and then you're not gonna let these boys finish off. Make the game exciting. Like let them throw a corner kick. If it goes in, it goes in.
If
they
it was
clear
Miami,
out,
they'll give like 5 minutes
sure.
the added time. You know what I mean? Like,
and I can't. I don't know if I stayed for the last few seconds of the last seconds of that game, like after he blew the whistle. But I don't think any of the Dynamo players kind of gave him shit for it. Or if they did, it wasn't.
And Olsen was all over
I know
him.
they did pan to Ben Olsen. Yeah, I remember that. He did give him a lot of shit. But I mean, like Joey said, inside of the rule book, he's the time comes basically. You can even be in an attacking play. I don't even know. But he basically can stop the game whenever the fuck he wants in a way. If it's 90 minutes. Same thing with the penalties. If it's a foul, it's a foul. Obviously, any other regular ass referee would not have called it, or maybe he would have, because that was pretty aggressive. But there's a lot of contact in the box, and usually those can be kind of blown off a little bit. Especially now, like with VAR, it's so obvious that it's like just let it play on. VAR will give you a call, and you just call it later. Like nowadays, you just kind of have to let those things play out, and then let VAR give you a call back. Like, stop being a hoe as a referee.
Stop.
But then again, you are a referee, therefore you're a hoe by nature. So it's just it is what it is. But let me just say this: the one good thing, I guess, if we can point out something good, is that we also, the Dynamo kept possession once again. I mean, another game where they keep the ball, move the ball around. Obviously, did not score more than the opponent, but at least you held the ball more than the opponent, which
a lot more.
Whenever the better players come, then hopefully, having the ball already can translate to having more goals. So at least we know that we can hold it and we can move it. Next up is how we put it in the back of the net more than the opponent type thing. So,
all right,
it's a good thing.
Houston would be on the road once again. They'll be playing Saturday night, 7:30 p.m. against Minnesota
That's a
United.
tougher
Who
game.
Minnesota United is also, I mean, they've been playing good. Obviously, they're in fourth place currently with 11 points, and in sixth place, the Dynamo. Who would have thought, right? Who would have thought that they'll be doing so well after losing Nelson Quiñones and Hector Herrera? Some pretty big ones here. Yeah, actually, even Food Mob has Carlos Ferreira as doubtful with an abdominal injury, and Michaela with abdominal injury as doubtful. So, I mean, we know Food Mob is great, but sometimes they get some injuries. Because Quiñones comes back actually mid-April 2024, if you guys didn't know that. So, update. Update. Yeah, so again, they'll be playing an away game. Minnesota doing, still playing pretty well, even with the Velo novella happening right now with a little bit of that. So just on him, it seems like he's not going to be coming back, correct? To MLS anytime soon.
It does not look like it.
Man, Bebelo just did complete quit,
throwing
man.
his career away, bro.
Yeah.
It's all
going to be without
Boca
him and
people,
Rosales, so that's two big players out.
Hey, it's because he played for Boca Juniors. That's what happens.
You can take the boy out of the hood, but you can't take the hood out of the boy.
Some people just like punching people.
And that boy is hood. That's just how it is.
Is he also from Apache or whatever?
Nah, he's from Fuerte Apache. No, he's from another city. He's not from Buenos Aires.
Oh, okay.
So we don't claim him.
Oh yeah, he played with Talleres.
Yeah, he Talleres. I don't think he might be from Córdoba. I don't know. But as Argentinians, the running joke is that we don't claim Córdoba as part of Argentina, but it is what it is. They're there. They're like I don't know. They're like our California. Like they're there, but do we want them here? Probably not, but I guess they're attached, so we got to keep them.
Here's Food Mob once again. It says he's out, personal reasons as of April 5th. Expected to return in a few days. So there you go, Food Mob. Go get that checked. Go get that sources.
Didn't get the memo.
Yeah, didn't read Bogart's tweets.
Yeah, but it doesn't seem that's going to be the case. Someone needs to update that. But again, Minnesota's been playing very well. They do have players like Timo Pukki doing some good stuff there.
Robin Lod. That's what I'm scared of.
That's who I picked for in my what's it called, Golden Boot draft. So I mean, if he scored a couple goals, I won't be that bad.
You picked Robin Lod?
No. Oh no, never mind.
Oh, pick Pookie?
No, I picked what is his name? Holong?
The one we can no one ever can pronounce. What the hell?
Yeah. I thought that's what you I thought that's what I heard you say.
Is it Huang? Yeah.
Yeah.
Bongo. That's what everyone calls him, but yeah, he's pretty good. He hasn't scored yet this season.
I know.
He has scored this season. Never mind, he scored twice.
And he scored against the Dynamo, I think, twice last season.
Yeah, he did. The guy I'm really scared about is Tani Uluwasei from the draft pick from last year.
Mm-hmm.
Chris is gonna hate me, but this dude's a super sub.
There you go.
6 games off the bench. He's only played 140 minutes this season, and he's got 2 goals and 2 assists.
He scored 18 goals with San Antonio FC last year.
Yeah, so he was very good with San Antonio. Dude's a
That's how you
beast.
win.
I'm frightened of that guy off the bench. He might end up starting. Who
A
knows?
23-year-old
He probably
from
should end up starting
Nigeria.
over Caden Clark. Caden Clark's been pretty useless.
Dang, he scored 2 goals. Wow. Caden Clark was your boy, wasn't he? Metro Star boy.
Yeah, I liked Caden Clark. He was good coming out of the Red Bulls at like 16. He was
I mean,
scoring,
he's 20 years old, and it looks like
he-
his career is over at this
he's
point.
scoring bangers for the Red Bulls coming out. But yeah, I don't know, that Red Bull Leipzig move just really screwed him.
Yeah, that was a bad move. That was a bad move, man.
Really
Everybody wants to
bad
rush
move.
going to Europe, but it's difficult, man. To make that
It's
jump.
tough. It's tough. If you're not ready, you're not ready.
Let's see.
Scares me with what's his name? Oh my god, I can't remember the guy's name. The kid who's going to City, Kevon Sullivan.
Oh yeah,
Like that scares me, man. 14 making that move. That's who knows.
they have to wait till
wild.
he's 16, right?
He's
18,
got to
18.
be 18
18.
to make the
Yeah,
move.
you're right.
Unless
What
his
are you saying,
parents
Chris?
move with him, I believe.
That's wild, bro. Man City is weird. Like they just buy a bunch of kids.
All right, we're not gonna talk about that trash team here, okay? What are you talking about?
They just sign up. They just sign a bunch of kids with New York City FC. That's what they do.
That's what they do, man. But okay, let's just go ahead and what's your predictions for this game? Christian, we'll start with you, man, against Minnesota United.
2-0 loss.
2-0 loss.
All right.
Pookie scoring. Pookie.
Probably. If I think I have him on my who do I have in my Golden Boot draft from Minnesota? Do I have anybody? I don't
Probably
know.
Pookie. I mean, if it's not, you have Reynoso.
Yeah. Well, I need that motherfucker to come back.
Hey, at least you picked him with the 10th pick. Yeah, I picked up
Yeah,
Sebas Ferreira. Dustin picked Pencil with his 10th pick. Look at that. How awful are we?
Yeah, I at least you didn't
That was a
pick. You guys
steal.
didn't pick Bupenza with your first pick.
I have no clue. I know, right?
Yeah,
Dumb.
Hey, I'm in second place.
That was a bad call, Bupenza.
Hey, I'm creeping. We're creeping. Me and Joey are like
Yeah,
right
you
there,
guys
man,
are
for a
creeping.
while.
Oh yeah, because my guys are finally playing again. Like Jerusi's now finally scoring goals.
Look at Money. Let's all make fun of Money. He only has
There
9
we
goals.
He's not even
Eventually, when Jesus Ferreira comes back and puts up those MVP numbers I predicted him to do, then it'll be good.
and Manny has Cucho and Rossi.
I know he picked. I mean, I feel
Rossi
like
Rossi hasn't even scored yet this season. Well, he actually just scored like as we're talking,
Tonight, right? Yeah.
like 20 minutes ago against Tigres, but I don't think he's scored in MLS yet.
We'll we won't tell you everybody that we have, but just like as we're tracking this Bayou City Soccer Golden Boot draft, Dustin leads it with 27 goals in total. Then
of course
Chris,
he does.
you have 19. That's a big drop off. Then in third place is me with 17. Joey's right behind me with 14. And then Manny has not hit double digits as he has 9 goals. But look, here's the players that Dustin picked. He had Jokomaniki from Atlanta United. He got Lionel Messi in the second.
How did you pronounce that?
Giacomakis? Oh, it's Giacomakis.
Yakimakis, yeah.
I said Giacomaniki. That's what I said. And then he had Luis Muriel. He had Pookie Benteke.
Muriel's not even scored yet somehow.
Benteke scored like a hat trick, and then he kind of
Like a
quit,
hat
didn't
trick.
he?
I don't know. He's
Basically
Benteke's top scorer, isn't he? Is he a 5? 5 or 6?
Five? And then
because he scored like the first 2 games and then he dropped
No, he
off.
scored last week.
I think he scored. He scored a hat trick the first week.
Start watching.
He's got 5 goals in 450 minutes. Dude's a beast.
He disappeared after.
I'll be honest right here. I'll be honest. I don't I know what you mean when you say like 4 goals in like 500 minutes. The math doesn't compute quickly enough in my head to know if it's good or bad. You know what I mean?
That's 5.
What are you guys talking about? He disappeared. He had a hat trick. Then the next game he didn't score. Then he scored. Then he didn't score. Then he scored again.
Yeah,
he hasn't scored 2 games this season.
In how many weeks?
You can't score a hat trick and then only score 2 more goals after that. Like I expect a hat trick every game, Joey. You got to be consistent.
At least a brace.
But I mean, if you take the math, he said 5 goals in 500 minutes. That's about a goal every 100 minutes, which is basically a goal every other game. That's not bad, actually.
But that's
Yeah,
a
it's
lot.
elite.
That's a lot of math.
That sounds about right. But guys, we've gotten to the point that we've touched on everything we're gonna touch on. I think we all wait. Joey, did you say what the score was gonna be like?
I did not.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Let's put some thought into this one.
Chris said 2-0, and then I kind of
2-0?
blanked out. That's what 2-0. 2-0 mini. 2-0 mini.
I'm gonna go 0-0. It's gonna be a snoozer.
Ooh.
Okay. Man, this is tough. I want to say a draw, but Minnesota, which actually I think Diego, when he recorded last week with us, he said that he was going to probably try to go to that game in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So because of that, I'm going to say he's going to be bad luck, and the Dynamo are going to lose 1-0. There you go.
Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna blame Diego on that. No. Yeah, I'm gonna go with a 1-0 loss. Just cuss. I hope that I'm wrong, but someone has to be the negative one here.
I honestly thought you were gonna say, "Oh, since Diego is going, hopefully they win because he's gonna be there." And you went the complete opposite and blamed Diego for the loss.
I have to. I can't put it anywhere else other than somebody that may have to go to the game.
Oh god, that's funny.
But guys, it's been great talking to you. We're about to hit 1 hour mark, which has been fantastic. But Chris, man, if you can tell the people how they can connect with us, man.
Yes, sir. You guys can go to BayouCitySoccer.net. That's where you're going to find everything and anything, all the things that we keep putting out there, all the content, everything that you can read and check out. Honestly, I think this year probably has been one of the best years that since I've been around, right? We have a lot of talented people writing, a lot of cool people writing. So, come check us out. A lot of photographers also joining the team, which is really awesome. We get a lot of cool pictures. So yeah, man, if you guys want to also kind of join us, I think maybe we might be somewhat hiring. Just talk to Dustin. Don't talk to me. He'll let you know. But we'll see what's up. And then also, if you have a business or if you have somewhere we can go, maybe not your house, but maybe like a business, we are looking for sponsors. So check us out. At BayouCitySoccer.net, hit us up on the social medias, Bayou City Soccer. Let's get in contact. Let's put the Houston businesses, the Houston soccer community together, and let's grow one another. And let's do something cool. I mean, there's a lot of soccer coming around, and we want to be there, and you guys want to be there, so let's be there together. BayouCitySoccer.net.
I love the fact that you mentioned hiring as we didn't want to tell Chris, but he's getting fired. So bye, Chris.
I'm getting fired, guys. It is my last show. It has been a pleasure. But yeah, they couldn't take my supper sub take, so they're gonna have to fire me.
Yeah, and Joey's gonna go fire. He's gonna be the one to fire you. He's gonna write a ratings on every article.
Yeah,
and it's gonna be harsh. He's gonna give you some negatives there.
He's gonna do a ratings of all the bad takes, and he's gonna rate them from the worst to the
super
worst.
Sub one's gonna get a 1. That's the worst take.
That's how we do it.
I know the passing out of the back might be the worst take. That gets the 1.
Passing in the back, yeah, that's true.
That's woke football.
I get it. I need to do a list of all
you need
these
to write
things.
it down, and we need Joey to rate them for sure, man. But
Let's
guys,
but I stick to my takes though, so I'm not gonna flake.
There you go. Yeah, don't flake, man. Be yourself. Be crazy.
Of course, butterfly.
Man, it's been great talking to you guys tonight. Hopefully we do this again next week, guys. And with that, don't forget to hold it down and keep it forever orange.